Yo, what's going on, guys? Jay here from Easy Blade. We are back with another haircut tutorial. Today we're going to do a high skin fade. We're going to pick out the top right now because what we're doing is we're preparing that top because we're going to take it down and we're going to go over it freehand. You guys want to stick around because you need that freehand technique when you're fading hair, whether you're doing beards, whatever it is. When you're cutting hair, you have to know how to do that freehand technique. We have a whole tutorial on freehand. Just basically on our channel if you go over there. So the first thing we're doing is basically creating our skin line. Now again, we're doing this on the higher side, so we're gonna go a little bit higher than normal, and we just want to make sure everything's off. We got a little bit of hair stuck on the right side right there, but that was already taken off. It wasn't taken off on camera for anybody that's gonna be like, wait man, you left some hair over there. That came off. When you guys see when I spin the chair back around, you're gonna see that hair is off. All right, so bend the ear, guys. Make sure that you're bending that ear. Next thing we're going to do here is go ahead and start our guideline, our second guideline. And again, we're going higher, so you can see we're going almost to the crown area of the head. And I'm going to go ahead and blend that in. Now, funny thing, this client right here, we were talking, he usually gets like a taper with like an afro kind of thingy. And I told him one day, I was like, hey, man, I think a skin fade will look great on you. I've been telling him that for a few months. And we did it last week for the first time. We started our skin fade. And man, it came out so nice. This week I was like, hey man, we got to record it. What we're doing here is basically using a 1.5 guard, and we're going a little higher, a little bit above the crown area of the head. So it's almost like we're creating a flat top almost, but we're not making a flat top, obviously. So it's more like a kind of a mini fro, and then he like, you know, he just leaves it like that. So we kind of like, sort of like that boozy fade kind of thingy. So that's what we're doing here. Yeah, so, you know, I kind of convinced them, guys, you can't be afraid to convince your clients to get different type of haircuts, because a lot of times clients are used to the same haircut all the time. You have to be able to put your knowledge in and say, hey, man, I think that this would look good on you, man. You have to be able to look at a client and you have to be able to determine what will look good on them. So you have to have that skill as well. Besides the barbering skill, you have to have that stylist kind of skill. You have to be able to, you know style. Like, hey, this would look great on your type of face. What we did here, guys, before I continue with the story, we dropped down to our 1 guard and we're fading into that 1.5. As we get higher, we're opening our lever and fading into it. So again, guys, you got to be able to tell the client, hey, you know, I think this will look great on you. You know, this will look good on your face. You know, this type of haircut will look good on you, and I think you should switch it up. You got to be able to kind of convince them. And I've been talking to this guy for a few months, like, hey, man, I think you should try it out. He tried it, man. He loved it. And this week, like I said, it came out so good. I said, hey, man, we got to record this. This thing came out so nice, so crisp. I really loved it. I said, we got to get this on film and share it with everybody. What we did here was drop down to our half. Now, I notice when fading coarse hair, depends on the hair that you're fading, but in his particular case, we're going against the grain right now, but we're gonna have to go with the grain as well, as you see me doing, just to get any of the other hair that's there. So we go against the grain, and then at the top of the head, if you see it still looks a little funny, go against the grain, guys. That's because his hair is growing a certain way, and you want to go against it so that we won't have any like lines or anything like that. So the hair is going, it's like almost like I'm pushing the hair up, and it's just not going anywhere. So what I do is I turn the machine upside down. Now, you only do this in a case where you feel like it's not really blending the way you want it to blend. You want to go against the grain as well. So make sure that you're going against the grain, so doing both. Now, here we go. We're going to start taking out that skin line, and this is where the magic starts to begin. It's more of a higher skin fade. Like I said, we're starting to see that blend, starting to see that look. I don't know if you guys know, like the rapper Lil Boosie, he has a cool high kind of fade, and it's almost like that. It's almost something like that in that area. And we're gonna graze the top again, going over it, just making sure that it's nice and straight and shaped and molded. That's exactly what we're gonna do right here. So we're gonna continue to fade the back of the head, and we're gonna go all the way around, work our way again, just making sure that everything is clean, and you know, getting ready for us to start working on the top. All right. So we're basically gonna start our freehand. When you're freehanding, you want to make sure that you're just very, very steady with the clipper, and you want to make sure that you're going over. Now, you need to know this technique when you're doing beards, when you're doing flat tops. Just overall, great technique to know, guys. We do have a full tutorial on the channel. Just go into YouTube and type in freehand technique, or go to our channel and type in freehand technique, you know, barber, and you'll see it'll come up and it shows you exactly why it's important and exactly why you would need it. Now, again, just making sure everything's clean. This is a good way to cut the hair. And you just want to make sure that you go over it until it's nice and shaped the way you want it to be shaped. And you want to go over it at all angles, just making sure that, you know, everything is, you know, where you want it to be. So now we're going to start shaping up the front of the hair. I started in the middle, working my way across. And this is where the magic starts to happen and the haircut really starts to pop out. All right, so we want to make sure that we take our time during the front of, you know, going on the front of the head, shaping over here on the side, corners, making sure that the corners are connecting. All right, same thing on this side. Just making sure that everything is nice and crisp, guys. We want to make sure that we get them right where we want them to be. And we're going to go ahead and grab the EZ Blade straight razor. If you guys do need products, you can go to our website, EasyBladeShavingProducts.com. And we're going to go against the grain right here, upward, to kind of, you know, shape the front. Now, you guys can go follow us on Instagram at EZ Blade Shaving Products, guys. We had a lot of good information on there as well. And as you can see, that haircut came out nice and crisp, guys. No enhancements, and that hairline does look nice and straight and where I want it to be. And this is what we got, guys. Just going over the back a little bit, just making sure that any of the hairs I see sticking out, you want to make sure that you clean your clients off. And this is pretty much what we got, guys. If you guys do like the video, like, comment, subscribe, and let us know what you think. Talk to you soon.